Hey, what up, y'all? It's Leo. I am a certified life coach. I am a psychology student and I'm an artist. And I'm super excited for this video today because I want to share with you guys why your fixed mindset is holding you back in 3 ways for you to nurture a growth mindset. So I'm super excited for this. Let's just go ahead. I'm gonna share with you guys a little story from my past, my little humble past. Okay, it's kind of a scary past, but we're gonna keep it humble around here. Anyways, so when I was in high school, I had a very fixed identity belief of who I was. I didn't have any. The belief was very barely there, y'all. My belief was that I was a waste of space, and so that's how I lived my life. I lived my life thinking I was shy, I was lazy, I was just detached in the way, and that's just who I was. And so I think I know that it's crazy. It's crazy how a lot of times, like, we'll go through our lives and our environment literally shapes us to be who we have become, who we think we are. And it's just crazy because those environmental things are actually shaping us to become everything that we're not. A lot of times, not all the time, but it's oftentimes that our environments are shaping us, not nurturing our true selves, who we truly are. But I know if you're watching this video right here, right now, okay, you know that there's more to your life than what you've known yourself to be all this time. You know that there's more to your giving, more to your receiving in life. And so I want to hit you guys with these fixed mindsets that are holding you back from becoming and expressing your true authentic self, your higher self, getting connected with that higher being self, and truly expressing that part of you. And three mindsets, three growth mindset thoughts to that you could possibly start incorporating on your own. I'm not saying that you have to, but there's just suggestions, okay? And I hope that you like them. But okay, let's just start. So the first one for me was I always fail. Okay, I always fail. And so for me, I thought that was just, like I said, a waste of space. I thought I was always going to fail at something. And I did. I failed at a lot of things. I thought I wasn't good at anything. And so because I thought I was constantly going to fail, because I thought that I was never going to be enough at anything, my whole life was a failure. I stopped myself a lot of times from even putting myself out there. And so I had to learn how to rewire that thought belief of I always fail, I always fail. I had to learn how to rewire that thought belief and change it into each failure is a lesson, and each lesson is a blessing from the Lord. And so when I started taking up that thought belief, I, when I tell you guys, so many more doors opened up to me because I wasn't so restrictive on myself to make it look like a certain way had to be a certain way, had to do a certain way, otherwise it was not going to be good. And I learned also through that belief, that mindset, through that mindset transformation, that it's not necessarily if it's good or bad, it's the fact that I'm willing to put myself in that situation to learn from my mistakes. Not a lot of people will do that. Not a lot of people will make themselves intentionally uncomfortable, know that they're going to fail, and still go through with it. And so when I started incorporating that belief system into my auric field, y'all, a lot of things started shifting in my life. It opened up so many more doors, so many more opportunities. It opened up my whole perspective on life in general. Excuse me. Another thing that I want to share with you guys is I used to have this thought belief system that I wasn't good enough, that I just wasn't enough, and it goes right in hand with, I'm always failing. So I used to think I'm always failing and I'm not good enough. So with that with that thought pattern, I would literally cut myself off from any opportunity before I could even get a rejection, because I was so convinced that because I'm not good enough, they're not going to want me anyways. They're not going to like me anyways. They're not going to want me around. There's nothing I have to add value to the situation. Why am I here? So I would literally cut myself off from any opportunity before I even got the chance to have the opportunity. And because I would do that, it kept me limited on my experiences that I was able to have in my early 20s. I didn't have a whole lot of experiences, but work and go home. I ain't even gonna lie to you, because I just didn't feel like I was worthy enough. But I had to learn how to change that I'm not good enough to every time I try, I get better. Every time I try, I get better. When I started thinking that way, every time I try, I get better, it motivated me to want to try at least to try. Because if I can at least try, like I said before, even if I fail, it's not really a failure. Even if I fail, that was a lesson that turned into a blessing for a future day. And so I get to reap that failure in the future someday, because it's going to be a lesson towards still what I'm building, the momentum of what I'm building. It might been a little pebble in the way. A pebble in the way. I had to think if I said that right. And that might have been a little pebble in the way, that little failure. But at the end of the day, that pebble was collected for my big rock, this big ball that I'm pushing, this momentum I'm getting. And it's going to serve. It's going to serve for a greater good, So I had to change. Like I said, I had to change from I'm not good enough to I get better. I literally get better every time that I try something new. Every time that I explore something outside of myself. Every time that I reach outside of my comfort zone, I get better every time I try. So, and the last thing I want to share with you guys, this is getting hot, okay? Okay, it's getting hot in here. The last thing I want to share with you guys is I give up. I give up. I used to, oh my God, those was like my anthem words. When I tell you guys, I would give up. Look, all of these things go together. I would give up before I even tried, because I just didn't think that I was good enough. I didn't think that I would be the one to take that opportunity. And like I said before, I didn't want to face any rejections. Like, rejections hurt. Y'all know rejections are hard. And I didn't want to keep facing rejection after rejection after rejection. That was all I knew, was rejection. And so I would run away from it. I would self-sabotage before I could even get the rejection, before I could even get an approval, before I could even try. I would self-sabotage. I would do whatever. A lot of times, when it was an opportunity that I was presented and it seemed like it was too much for me to bear, like, oh, this is calling too much out of me that I can't even give to myself, I would never come back. I wouldn't even look at that opportunity a second chance. I would go back home to my comfort zone and do the same thing that I was doing, which was probably at the time smoking or drinking or drowning myself in nonsense on Facebook or watching some stupid stuff on TV. It was like me literally trying to find different ways to detach from my reality. That was my comfort zone. But when I tell you guys, okay, I changed my thoughts, beliefs from I quit to when actually this happened around the time when I had really started taking entrepreneurship serious. And I had committed myself to another MLM, which was actually, I think it was my first MLM, which was Younique, which is a makeup company, and pretty much selling makeup. But when I had committed myself to that opportunity, I had to learn how to change. I quit to, I could never go back. I can't give up because I can never go back, you know. And what was back before I had did Younique was what was behind me before I had joined that MLM Younique was a bottom the bottom of a fucking pit hole. Excuse my language, but I was literally at my rock's bottoms. I don't know if that is how you say it. I feel like I said it wrong. But I was literally at rock bottom, and before I had joined that company, and that was like a move forward. So how can I quit when I'm coming from rock bottom? You know, I have to continue climbing, otherwise I'm gonna go right back to rock bottom. Then what? I'm gonna just sit there? No, I have to keep going, and that's really the whole point, the whole purpose of a growth mindset. You have to strive to keep getting better. You have to continue wanting to get better. You have to realize that this is where I am today, but this is not where I'm going to be tomorrow, because I'm going to do some things that's going to change things up for me and create new opportunities. And once the new opportunities open up and I walk through those doors, I can never go back. I can never go back to what it was. You know, I have to keep moving forward. And so that is really the blessing that I've received out of my growth mindset. And I want to encourage you all to receive that growth mindset also. So I hope this video was helpful and encouraging for somebody. Hey, I would really appreciate if you did like this video. Make sure you like it down below. Click that like button. Also, share it with a friend that could benefit from this kind of content. And lastly, I want to ask you to subscribe to my channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss another video from me. And oh, before I let you go, if you want to get to know not only who you are in this physical reality, but who you are in the spiritual, who you are, who the Lord says you are, I want to invite you to join me in a 5-day email challenge. 5 days through your email. It's called I Am Challenge, and it's going to be video content and journal prompts right through your email for 5 days. And you go click the description box below, and you can sign up right now. So I look forward to seeing you there. And until then, peace. Bye. Love you.